Ever feel like you're just running on autopilot all day?
Okay.
Just like bouncing from one thing to the next, like you're not really calling the shots.
Totally. You're just reacting.
Yeah, not really in control.
Mm-hmm.
So today we're going to take a deep dive into an interesting take on how to kind of like wrestle back some of that control.
Okay.
We've been looking at this YouTube channel. It's called Gal Gaia Carmel.
Okay.
And specifically, day 13 of this 90-day content creation series she's doing.
Right on.
And the focus is on how to like practically step back into a feeling of being in control.
Love that.
So we're going to break down what she's saying, really get to the core of her method.
Okay.
See if we can help you, the listener, feel a little bit more in charge of your day.
Awesome.
So the big idea in this video is, well, she's suggesting that one of the main ways to feel more in control
Okay.
is to basically take responsibility
Mm-hmm.
and really make more conscious decisions throughout your day.
Interesting. So it's not about like big sweeping changes. It's more about those little day-to-day decisions.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that really resonates, right?
Oh, for sure.
Think about those days when you're just going through the motions.
Yeah.
You know, like checking off everyone else's to-do list.
Fully.
And then your own list just sits there.
Yeah.
Totally untouched.
Ugh, it's the worst.
And you just feel powerless.
Yeah. It's like you're not even living your own life.
Exactly. So it's almost like what she's saying is that when we're just kind of passively going with the flow and not consciously engaging in our own lives, we end up feeling powerless.
Makes sense. If you're not the one steering the ship, you're bound to feel a little lost at sea.
Totally.
So constantly prioritizing everyone else's needs over your own, well, it's like it can really give you this feeling that you're being controlled by outside forces rather than by your own like internal desires.
Exactly. And it's not about being selfish. It's about finding that balance. So what's interesting is that she's not talking about like this huge life makeover.
Okay.
She's saying it's about consciously taking back control, but in those small everyday moments.
Love that. Yeah.
It's more manageable that way.
Definitely. So like in the middle of a crazy day, how do you actually do that?
Yeah, that's the question, right? How do you actually put this into practice?
Right.
So she gives this really interesting practical technique.
Okay. I'm listening.
She says, first you just pause briefly. Just take a moment and imagine gathering all that energy, that mental energy
Right.
that you've been directing outward, you know, toward all those emails, requests, everyone else's needs,
Yeah.
and picture it coming back to you.
Okay. I like that. It's like a mental reset.
Right. So is the idea here that like you got to hit pause, almost like a reset button?
Yeah, I think so. It's about like shifting your focus inward,
Okay.
like tuning into yourself.
Right, like breaking free from just reacting to everything external.
Yeah, exactly. And getting back to your own priorities.
So it's not just about visualizing, it's what comes next, right?
What's next?
Well, she says from that like more centered place, you then make a conscious choice to act
Yeah.
based on what you need, like what's important to you.
In that moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
In that moment. It's about choosing where you direct your energy next.
And aligning it with like what you want to accomplish.
Exactly.
It's powerful stuff. And, you know, she really emphasizes this point. She calls it a point for thought.
Really?
Yeah, she wants viewers to actually try it out.
To take action.
Yes, exactly.
So for you, the listener, what does this all mean? Basically feeling more in control.
Well, it's not about some massive change.
It's about the little things.
Exactly. It's about those small, intentional moments where you pause,
Yeah.
bring your energy back to yourself, and then make a choice that aligns with your needs.
It's like taking back your power, little by little.
Exactly.
So even just taking a few seconds throughout the day to refocus and then making one small decision.
That really serves you. Well, that's where you can start to feel more in charge.
Yeah. So here's something to think about as you go about your day. Could consciously taking a moment to pause, redirect your energy, and make even one small decision for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
could that change how in control you feel?
I think it just might.
It's
Yeah.
worth a shot.